play of the game from way down.
True, silence. Rainer getting absolutely
A team wipe.
The living bomb's going.
Oh my goodness, the ring. Bombstastingo gonna find Rainer.
And welcome back. We are doing replay casting this afternoon. We got another one. We just got done watching Team Mana Frenzy versus Bancho, with Bancho taking the 2-0 domination, but now it's more time for more Division B East. It's Jailbait and House of Chez. Once again, I'm joined by the ever so quiet Green Mist. Thank you for being here again. Hopefully you guys at home are ready. 7 viewers right now. Thanks for being here. If you have any friends, be sure to send them in. We're having some fun this afternoon. I really would love your opinions on which matches you want to see. So for now, it's just 2 matches I wanted to see. If you have recommendations, head on over to the Cast My Replay channel, select the teams you want to see casted, and we're going to do it this afternoon. But this is just match number 2. Maybe we'll do another 2 after this. Who knows? As long as you guys are interested and I'm not getting tired of casting, we'll keep the matches flowing. So thank you for being here. If you're watching on YouTube, before you do anything, hit the subscribe button. I'm looking for subscribers on YouTube. If you're watching live on Twitch right now, there's been links thrown out in chat by Nightbot. Click the link. Go over to YouTube, hit subscribe, hit the notifications bell. Ektar told me I need to say that. When you hit the notifications bell, you're notified every single time I post a video. All my replay casts will be up there. All my live casts too. But if you want to watch any of my VODs, they're all like since season 2 or whatever, there's a ton up there. Make sure you subscribe over on YouTube. And if you're here on Twitch, you should be following by now. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button as well. I think they have a notifications bell on Twitch. Do they, Ektar? I think they do. Hit that as well. Enough of the housekeeping. Let's talk about Jailbait and House of Chez. I don't know too much about the matchup today, but I do know a bit about these teams. I've been able to cast each of them already in this early portion of Season 9. Been kind of hanging out in B East a bit. I'm an East Coaster myself, always cheering for the East over the West. I know some of you in chat might not like that. But I love all our NGS teams. Excited to see how these two face off because they're both veteran squads. House of Chez, more recently making moves up the divisions. Jailbait, they've been in Division B for quite some time, so we should have a good one. And we don't have drafts. We don't have any pregame tosses. We don't have any of that stuff. So it's just time to go into game number 1. Hopefully you're ready. I know I am. I'm gonna hit launch. And it looks like we're going to go into Cursed Hollow first. Okay, so I don't cast too much Cursed Hollow. We just got to see Sky Temple, Brax's Holdout in our previous match. Now we're getting into Cursed Hollow. This is great. Great news for us. Let's load on in game number 1.
Prepare yourself for battle, heroes.
All right, so let's introduce these teams. Starting on the left-hand side in blue, we got Smug Dolphin playing a Vala. There's DB Smiley, our head caster of NGS on Rhaegar. H2O going to play the Zool, Cawthon on ETC, and Kobo on the Tassadar. Make some noise for my good friends over at Jailbait. Here on the right-hand side in red, we see Caribou on the Brightwing, Flash on the Muradin. Ridley's going to play Zagara, Chez Mix on the Tychus, and the Dude on Orphea. What a roster here. Give it up for House of Chez.
Let the battle begin.
2 veteran squads. That's the most exciting part about this. They've been in NGS for so long. They know how to play competitive HOTS. And we should have a great matchup here for our second one of the I like seeing the Tassadar. You know, a new buffed up Tassadar. Going to get some help as well, of course, from H2O in this season. One of the most favorable things in the game. So if I'm looking solely at these comps, I might like the side of Jailbait a bit better, but we see some unique heroes on the side of House of Chez. The Brightwing, the Zagara, the Tychus, the Orphea, the Muradin. Like all 5 of these I wouldn't consider meta picks right now, but we're willing to take all 5 of them here in our first game on Cursed Hollow. Early game matchup top lane as I'm drinking some water here. My apologies. It's Zagara versus Zool in the top lane. And in the bottom lane so far, we just see the Tychus, but it appears as though the rotations are going to try to come out in tandem from Jailbait. See who they want to send down to the bottom lane. Looks like it'll be just the Tassadar? Just the Tassadar. Muradin's going to be in the space height of it. Going to leap on the opposite side, now stunning off Kobo. Cawthon now going to make the rotation down. There's the Force Wall, one of those side storms as well. Flash should be able to get out. Of course, he's Muradin. He's got all the hops in the book. The The most hoppiest hero in the game, maybe Urel, but Muradin a close second place. Oh, H2O in chat. Welcome here, my good friend. Thanks for recasting Murder, my pleasure. You know, I was asking chat what they wanted to see. I was hoping we'd get some suggestions from them, but no one put out a suggestion, so I got to look at the list by myself and said, hey, I like these teams, I like these players, they're good people, they've been in NGS for so long. Let's cast their game. Only the siege camp picked up so far in the top lane for Jailbait. They're also working on their bruiser camp now. DB Smiley and Smug Dolphin over there. On the opposite side, it is Brightwing and Orphea, the dude and Caribou, picking up the bruiser camp for House of Chez. So those will be matched in the mid lane, but more pressure up top for Zool as H2O able to pressure in on Zagara to throw out that skeletal prison, keeping Ridley behind the wall. Good bit of creep already set up around here, going to give them extra vision in a few of these bushes. Now getting help from the Brightwing, Caribou making that rotation up from the mid. Looking around the map, Orphea currently positioned on the siege camp. Here comes Brightwing with the support. Phase shift in from Caribou, going to send them a fair distance away from the top tribute that's spawning in about 20 seconds. Orphea is going to go back to base, desperately needing some mana. Going to be a long walk to this top trib as DB Smiley utilizing that lightning shield to his advantage, clearing out some of his creep. Now able to heal up H2O a little bit. Zool is pressured out, I'd imagine by the Zagara, the only hero up here. Quickly sent down to about 25% health, but now getting even more support from Rhaegar. Should be enough to stay in on this fight, but let's look at the tribute. There's Flash leading it off on the ETC, and Zool trying to pressure in, still low on health. I guess doesn't have a fountain tap available, so they have to stay in here and just utilize the skeletal prison while they can. Ultimately, though, it's House of Chez and the dude able to grab the first tribute of the game, putting them up 1-0. Lead away by Flash, some save during that skeletal prison as the 4-man rotation from Jailbait. A lot of wave clear in this composition. You know, you got the Zool, of course, but you're also bringing in a Vala and a Tassadar. 3 heroes that are notable for being great at clearing out minions, especially when Vala goes into this multi-shot build. We see Arsenal at 7 and Punishment at level 4.
Shall we see who gathers enough tribute?
Should be pretty good, as Coffin trying to pressure in on Muradin. Probably not going to kill Flash anytime soon. Gonna have to wait until later on when they get some armor reduction talents. Maybe some percent damage as well. Big rotation bottom lane. Oh, Tyke stepping forward. Barely avoiding that force wall, but they do land right on top of Brightwing's second. Excuse me, that's first blood. I thought it was second kill of the game. No, that's the first kill of the game, coming at a great time. 3 seconds until this tribute spawns, but the hero is just Brightwing. The moment she respawns, she'll be able to phase shift into this fight, having a big target like Muradin, soaking up some damage early. It's going to be a good position as Flash is even able to interrupt the tribute. He's probably trying to channel that. Here comes the phase shift in, but doesn't hit the right target. Tychus falls. 18 seconds till he'll be back up as DB able to channel away the tribute. Now we're going to be tied with 1 apiece. Look around the map. Zagara didn't decide to leave the top lane during that tribute. So did get a bit of value onto the wall. You see that top side tower already down. Bottom side tower sitting at about 25% health. Gonna go back to base, waiting to find level 10. I'd imagine here on Cursed Hollow, definitely thinking about the Nidus network for Zagara, which can allow her to not only get around this map with a pseudo global, but also provide a lot of health and mana in return every time she sits inside the network. So I do like the pick of Zagara here on this map, one of those heroes that's able to siege during those tributes, and later on it's going to be more and more potent for Zagara. Flash able to lead away yet again, but the follow-up power slide onto Muradin, still not enough. They have level 10 talents, but didn't grab them before that engage. Skeletal Prison, there's the Archon, Bloodlust, Mosh Pit, and Reign of Vengeance are selected by Jailbait. Just moments away, about a half level for House of Chez. Gonna have to fight down the talent here as they maybe found Tassadar bottom lane. Force wall effectively splitting Caribou and the dude away from this fight as Kobo has to pop the Archon, trying to keep himself alive. It's just Flash and Chase. But now here comes Orphea, making the wrong rotation from Kobo. Right back into the fight. And the dude will be able to pick up the first kill of the game for House of Chez, coming at a great time for them because Tribute was at... Wait, the Tribute was on the top side of the map. Excuse me. Blarcon, says H2O in chat. Yeah, bit of a blar there. Wasting a, how long is that cooldown? 90 seconds. Won't have it when he's back up. Still 7 seconds waiting on that cooldown. And Castar is back on the map now. 10 apiece. Boss is available as well. Always an interesting point about Cursed Hollow is that there's so many times that these teams will end up trading out bosses and how much value they can get in their respective lanes. Currently, each side have been able to push through a wall in their boss lane, so it should be about even if they decide to make the gentleman's agreement and trade out on both of those bosses. But so far, Flash playing the burden and being aggressive all throughout the game, helping to provide a lot of vision and shutting down a lot of the rotation from Jailbait. So this time, we will make the rotation down. There's 4 heroes here from Jailbait, but they're still not able to send enough heroes on top of Flash to threaten his life at all. He's going to survive walking out back and keep that in when there's 2 boosters. Caribou and the dude trying to clear out Jailbaits. And they will have a slight lead on clearing those out? I don't know. Like, they're basically even. Both the mages are Flash trying to find the Castar. Coco, who already fell earlier to the hands of Flash. Now, Right Wing going to come in with a phase shift on Murray. And there's the Draken Laser. Down off on the ball. And now Bloodlust from House of Chez looking for the engage. But they're backing up. Wait, the Bloodlust is on Jailbait's side. Excuse me. What am I thinking? Jailbait looking way too scary. Power Slide gonna whip some Coffin. Might not be able to find a mosh pit in this fight, but he does survive, able to scoot away as Tychus falls. The dude now low. Orpea might not make it out. Sitting in that size form will finally fall as House of Chez is cursed now. Big advantage on the map, 5v2 and a curse. Can they get Ridley as well? Vala's gonna chase it down with a lot of hatred stacks, a lot of extra speed, and no, what do they call it? Creep down from Zagara. So she's too slow, she can't make it out. Ends up falling a staggered death for House of Chez. That's going to be the top lane fort. Nidus network down. Bottom lane's in a lot of trouble as well. Let's look at mid, because I think the rotation's coming here next from Jailbait. Can they get all 3 outer forts during the first of the game? I think so. A lot of minions here in a big rotation. And still Zagara dead for another second or so. Power Slide in, Mosh Pit on 3. Instantly interrupted, however. Chez makes able to make it out, just barely avoiding that Rain of Vengeance. 6 kills to 1 in favor of Jailbait. Let's flash those up on the screen. 4 currently belonging to Vala. Now looking for more. No support. Castar is so scary. The distance on his Q is absolutely insane. Like, how do you stay out of that range? You can't. Oh, Flash! Oh, he didn't have that jump. Whew. But able to stay alive yet again. Here goes Jailbait onto the enemy boss. So this could be 2 bosses. Now popping the Bloodlust, needing some extra healing, and honestly just wanted to race it down as quick as possible, knowing their opponents could be here any minute. I like the decision coming out from DP Smiley in this instance, and look how necessary it was. Converted was a second away from being able to leap on that point. Now getting some help from the ball stun. Right Wing comes in, Flash is there, but not going to find a kill. Jailbait able to escape with the boss, now heading down to their own, I'd imagine. Big plays from them, 7 kills in the game, and almost a 2-level lead currently set up. Oh, Bloodlust plus Larcon equals Larcon. I got it, and I like it. I absolutely like it. Top lane boss will be down before getting the wall or either of the towers? Yeah, just barely. That slam was about to go off. But will be boss number 2 momentarily as Smug Dolphin's going to avoid that route. And here it goes for Jailbait, halfway through level 15 as well. A big lead for them. Just 1 level, but having 16 first on Cursed Hollow will give them, of course, a huge lead on the next set of tributes. Tyke is showing top lane. Jailbait knows it. They're going to pressure in down bottom, able to clear out the enemy siege camp. Their boss is approaching, and Tychus is going to need to respond from that top lane. Won't be able to clear out this siege camp. It's going to be pushing as his boss is coming in. Coffin even able to find a Nidus network down here near the enemy siege camp. Now here comes the boss onto the keep wall already down. Coming in is DP Smiley with that Bloodlust back online. The electric fence not going to hit enough targets to keep him there. Skeletal defenders coming down with the Bloodlust, and this will be first piece of the game. Oh my god. so scary. They don't even need to use the Archon in that instance. Keep goes down in a, you know, we'll say a flash. I know Flash is on the other team, but yeah, that Keep went down pretty quick. Siege Giants were able to be killed without too much help from the heroes. Minions able to do the job themselves. But now a Bruiser camp spawning right behind Jailbait. They have level 16 talent, should be willing to grab this camp. But they're kind of split. You can see on the wrong side of the fight, Kobo and this Tacit are also on the wrong side of the fight. Who they get? Here comes Murden trying to leap in, but face melting away is Coffin. Murden not able to stand on that point to contest it. Nice job by Jailbait. Almost having the map entirely painted blue. Just that bottom lane siege camp was grabbed last time by House of Chez. And one Bruiser camp remaining on their side of the map, which they're likely about to go for right now. There they go. They're going to get the tribute. Nice work by Jailbait. Now joining us in chat, I see DB Smiley's here. Says, remember when you got end of the game with a tier advantage and a 2/3 health boss? Yes. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Kobo here as well. Looks like all of Jailbait has shown up. Maybe slightly, just maybe, signaling they walk away with the win here in this set. Glad to have you guys showing up and supporting NGS. Really, that's what this is about. Making sure these matches get casted. So many were in the Cast My Replay channel. Big credit to DB Smiley for putting all that together, by the way. But yeah, I gotta help out. I gotta get these done. I didn't cast on Wednesday this week, which was so unfortunate. So maybe fell behind in my projections of how many matches I want to cast. So, you know, a bit selfish I want to cast these, but also, you know, it's a great service to you guys. I know you guys want to watch all your matches. Let's just say. Skeletal Prison with the Skeletal Mages, a big rain of vengeance and the mosh pit. Can Brightwing make it out? She's so low. Yes, no! I thought the Emerald Wind was going to get her out, but it doesn't. Still chasing in. Here's another Skeletal Prison. There goes Orphea. And it's just going to be Flash, the one who was low on health, able to get away. Chesmix as well was about 25% health. But another big double kill for Jailbait, setting themselves up nicely now onto the mid lane keep. Can they make it two? The answer to that, my friends, is going to be yes. 2 keeps down, 2 tributes ready to get their 6th curse of the game as well. And a 2-level lead. A lot of 2s right now for Jailbait. Jordo Max now joining us in chat as well. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Hopefully you enjoy the replay cast here of Jailbait and House of Chez. That's going to be another camp stolen away by Jailbait. Going to further pressure out this bottom lane with the help of his curse strikes from Zool. Opting for the Skeletons before level 10 and the Scythe after level 10. Zool with a, you know, a decent comp, or excuse me, a decent build here. For Cursed Hollow being mostly like a single lane presence for Zool. It's so hard to double soak in this map, so Curse Strikes don't get quite as much value. I like seeing the swap. Oh, great cleanse from DB Smiley, keeping calm and safe through those big chops coming down from Orphea. DB Smiley might have put himself in trouble though. But just 3 seconds away from a Bloodlust, they should be able to turn this around, and they might finally be able to kill Bird. Flash does fall. There's the Bloodlust, extra movement speed as the Skeleton Prison locks in Tychus. Chesmix is down. Polymorph will land onto H2O, but that's not enough to save the dude. A triple kill for Jailbait with 2 keeps down. Can they close it out here? Just moments away from level 20. They're going to start working on that core shielding. There it goes, 90% now, 80%, 30 seconds until a lot of these heroes respawn. I think this got to be the end of game number 1, and it will be. Congrats to Jailbait. They walk away with a victory on Cursed Hollow. Let's take a look at this match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. Hopefully these chat messages disappear quickly so you can actually read who the heroes are. There it goes. Welcome all of you in chat. We got a few more viewers now. We're doing some replay casting today and hopefully going to be able to find some good matches for you. This one's been pretty exciting so far. If you're a Jailbait fan, 12-1 the final kill count. And who do we credit as MVP? I think, honestly, with only 1 death, you give it to DB Smiley. Looking really good with the Bloodlust in there. Smart decision, especially on that top lane boss. Using the Bloodlust, knowing that their opponents are nearby and needing that extra damage in order to secure it. That was a heads-up veteran play, and I thought it definitely earned them the win on Cursed Hollow. So we're going to give our Game 1 MVP to the support player, DB Smiley on Rhaegar. Talon screen here. Didn't even need a level 20. They got the core down right as they were reaching level 20. So, pleasure getting to cast this one. We, of course, have a game number 2 up next. And, yeah. So just hang tight. And we'll set up our next map. Anyone out there I missed? I think I got all of you. Cawthon here as well. There you are, Cawthon. And Criticalo. I didn't see Criticalo earlier. Sorry for missing that chat message. But I appreciate you as well showing up. Game number 2. Oh my god! I love you! Thank you! 2 Brax's holdout games in a row for us? What? Let's go. If you got the let's go emote, it is time to throw it down. Because we're heading back into Brax's holdout for the 2nd match in a row. You'll love to see it. A little bit different comp as well. We do see the ETC rejoining for Jailbait, but now H2O swapping over to a Chen. Gonna try to run that top lane here on Brax's holdout. And a few interesting heroes for House of Chez as well, just like they had in game number 1. Let's start introducing them. Here on the blue side first, we see Fragastellar still in base on the Rainer. There's Cawthon playing the ETC for the 2nd time. DB Smiley making the swap over to Stukov. Kobo on the Chromie, and then the top lane, as I mentioned already, H2O, the captain, on the Chen. Make some noise for Jailbait. Here on the red side, the dude's going to play Vala. Flash on Asmodan. Caribou on Lieutenant Morales. Chesmix on the Johanna. And once again, playing the Zagara will be Ridley. Ladies and gentlemen, they're known as the House of Chez. Level 1's up. Absolutely the right pick. It will be Greed for Asmodan. Going to give him an extra bit of clear on enemy Zerg. A wave clear heavy map, and I think it's definitely the play for Brax's holdout. So we'll see how quickly and how early Flash will be able to get up to those 200 stacks needed to become really a threat here. But should be able to. They're going to have the help of the Johanna and set up a lot of these waves with the Condemn. Just need that World of Annihilation to come down after the Condemn. And should be able to get plenty of stacks going early. But doesn't find many on that wave. Just throwing it out onto the wall, wants to siege it down. Maybe that's the strategy. You know, throw the Q every single time onto the wall. Eventually it's going to fall. Jordo Max says, annoying matchup for Chen, but he for sure wins if played right. I agree. Up against the Zagara, gonna have to worry a bit about the Hunter Killer.
You have to control them.
I like this. Astro just continually poking. It's gonna be Demonic Invasion as well for the Flash, I'd imagine. Played the Merge in game 1, this time moving off the tank position, making room for Chesmix to play the Johanna. And it's just Q after Q directly onto that wall. Only 2 stacks though. Dude in trouble getting supported by Lieutenant Morales. Caribou able to stand there with the heal beams, effectively leaving Vala safe in any position she's at as long as she's in range. Caribou giving the green light for the dude to play aggressive. Checking out our top lane matchup so far, maybe Ridley getting the better of the exchange, going to be able to walk onto this top lane beacon as the rest of the team for House of Chez still standing on the bottom lane. Will be a siege camp picked up for Jailbait as they want to pressure them off of this bottom beacon. Here comes Cawthon, power slide onto 1. They find Lieutenant Morales inside the silent circle from Stukov, picking up first blood of the game, but they will trade out the ETC for it. Now Chesmix, maybe the next hero in trouble, getting slowed by Stukov and destroyed by Kobo's Chromie. A double kill from Jailbait, allowing them to stand on the bottom lane beacon, and maybe opportunity for Chen to start working on the first channel points of the game for Jailbait. Gonna drink through those roachlings coming down from the sky, and will indeed be able to. Oh my god, I missed it down bottom. Vala without her Lieutenant Morales will fall. Fragastellar credited with the kill and able to survive on 200 health. Do they want to go all the way back to base? Yes, they do. As the beacons are still blue. Jailbait looking good as H2O. Yeah, getting value against Zagara now. She's low on mana. That's really the trouble that Zag eventually has. And not getting a lot of support from the rest of the team. She's had to do all the damage to Chen this entire time by herself. Barrel that time going to miss. Ridley's going to survive, getting that extra movement speed on top of the creep. But Chen's got to be careful now. Very low on health. Bottom able to be secured by EPC, and that's enough to channel 100% for Jailbait. Here we go. Bottom lane, blue team with the big 100% Zerg wave. Top lane is just Chen in response up against a 50% Zerg wave for House of Chez. Might be difficult, so Chromie being sent up to help. Now DB Smiley locking a lot of towers. Ooh, negative 30 armor, sent him to 56 health. How do you survive that one, DB? Just barely, that's how. Roachlings falling from the sky from the Zerg wave, but it's not enough to get through the fort. It will survive. Top lane, with the help of Chromie, they only are able to get through the wall. Good defense from Jailbait as they have a quarter-level lead here on Brackness Holdout. Not really too much. Power slide gonna miss there from Cawthon. It's really anyone's game. Early game, it looked a lot stronger from House of Chez, but kind of fell apart on that bottom lane beacon a little bit. They lost their Lieutenant Morales. It was a great circle. The infestation from Stukov, DB Smiley, carrying that kill that really led them to getting that first third wave. Here's Asmodan in response, trying to laser beam down an ETC, but super sturdy. Now here comes Chromie in support. I think Jailbait positioned well in this game, might be able to pick up their bruiser camp right now and start helping out Chen a bit in that top lane. Zagara's been really the only question mark, in my opinion, of how this match might swing around in favor of House of Chez. If Ridley's able to beat the Chen just one time, all they're going to need to start swinging this in their favor, I think really could make the difference. So let's keep eyes on Ridley, maybe getting some support later on from the rest of the team. As down bottom, they're looking to finish off ETC. Cawthon's going to survive, but I don't think this wall survives much longer. There goes one of them. Tower down, walls down, just about 1% remaining on that topside tower, but there's still a bruising camp here for House of Chez, trying to throw in some more blows with Annihilation, his Flash, and this Asmodan. They can finally pick up the remaining damage needed to get rid of that turret. That's likely it for now, as EPC is going to press him back to the bottom. Stacks 56 for Asmodan so far. Maybe a bit greedy. Playing the greed, and maybe playing greedy. Just throwing it on the walls, not a lot being thrown out onto the minion. And that time, maybe should have waited for the Condemned to come first. Is the Asmodan being played improperly? In my humble opinion, maybe? I don't want to be rude, but I think so. Nice pressure being applied by Jailbait now with the help of the siege camp in this bottom lane. Here's Raynor and Chen trying to pick up a siege camp on the enemy side of the map, but H2O taking a chunk of damage with Vala in his face. Won't make it out. Chen has fallen, but now EPC walking in trying to save the day. Won't be able to. Cawthon backing up along with Chromie and Stukov. Will Kobo, DB Smiley, Cawthon make it out? Yes, they will. Good pressure from Chromie with those Qs, and at 19 stacks, needs 40, make it 21 now actually. Sandblast has been rather effective thus far. I don't know if I like it as a pickup here on Braxis, because you want a bit more wave here, and I think the W stacks end up giving you a bit more. But hey, I don't play Chromie, so who am I to judge? To be fair, I don't play much Asmodan either, so to not flash for the way that Asmo's being played, probably not very easy. So it is what it is. I'm just a caster. Good silence here from DB again, right on the point, going to send Johanna back as Chen's here, trying to play aggressive. It'll be Raynor in the top lane dealing with Zagara. So, lighter damage load here, having to deal with for Lieutenant Morales without Raynor in town. Caribou's just able to single target heal on most of these heroes. Even Vala, who is playing aggressive so far forward with his multi-shot build, now just moments away from both of our teams hitting level 10. I like the Morales so far. It's actually been working for them. They're getting a lot of area damage out with their Asmo, and not necessarily having to deal with too much area damage coming from the side of Jailbait. So Morales makes sense on a map where there's not a lot of invade points. You can't really get behind the medic too often. So mobility not necessarily of issue for Caribou. quick wave clear from Zagara, going to set up this top lane push. They're in control with this top lane beacon, but they will lose their bottom lane forward. Nice work by Jailbait, recognizing where their opponents were. They might end up giving up their top lane forward as well, as yes, indeed, it will be the demonic invasion from Flash. And bye-bye, top fort. Good work by House of Chez, going to even up the score. Jailbait on the backside, playing the Johanna really far away, but Maw, not the Nidus Network this time, coming out from Zagara to save the day. Two heroes were locked in, providing enough room for Chesmix to make it back to the wall. Won't see any kills in the fight, as DB Smiley is able to walk on the top side beacon. Now both teams channeled in favor of Jailbait. They're already at 90%. Zagara walking on the bottom beacon. Is she there in time? Barely, 96%. The total channel for Jailbait as Raynor being sent down there. Here comes Fraga Stellar to deal with Zagara yet again. And will be able to, as Zach moves away, not willing to fight up against the Raynor. Looking for a 5v4 fight on top, however. Only the Rain of Vengeance available as DB Smiley trying to swipe a few heroes away. A big mosh pit from Cawthon. It's three separate heroes. EDC does fall, 1-for-1 trade. But can they get more? Chen might be the one to die. Oh my gosh, House of Chez turning it around and now locking in Stukov as well. See you later, DB Smiley. Triple kill for House of Chez, but they walk away. Jailbait walks away with the 100% Zerg. Right up here in the top lane, as Flash is going to try to be the one to clear it out with this Asmo now at 120 stacks. Romy and Raynor able to clear out the bottom lane Zerg, with Watch to do dangerous. Still up here on the map for Jailbait, but House of Chez with 4 heroes of their own trying to clear it out. Will be able to do so before their fort falls. They do lose their fountain, however. Not enough attention being paid there. A few little roachlings smacking it down.
Is it safe out there now?
We basically have a tie game here. I mean, this is almost as close as it gets. You can credit, however, Jailbait being able to grab both of those first objectives as maybe being enough to consider them in the lead. But XP and kills, nope. Both in favor of House of Chez right now. They're looking pretty good as well. You want to say, if you're out in chat right now, and in the event that this is indeed our last map of this match, be sure to head on over to the Cast My Replays channel. Try to help me out. Let me know what match you want to see next. I'm willing to do more replay casting if you guys are willing to watch it. And if you have recommendations, maybe teams you want to see that weren't cast this week, let me know in chat. I'd love to do it next. So help me out. Help me help you. How about that? Engage happening. Face melt nice from Cawthon, keeping them safe as H2O trying to pressure in with the Chen. Does slow a lot of heroes, but not enough chase coming out from the rest of the team. They got to deal with that bruiser camp. They will. Fort still standing for Jailbait. As on the top side, we see their bruiser camp being destroyed by Ridley and this Zagara, who's been a siege threat. Let's take a look at the siege numbers thus far. XP first. There's Zagara leading Chen by about 2,500 XP. And here's the siege damage, 66,000 for Asmo. Second best will be the Zagara player right now at 61,000. So plenty of siege in both lanes. You love it. 2 former specialists, now ranged assassins.
Beacons are recharging.
Boss on the map, level 13, both teams. But neither side willing to take that boss quite yet. They're going to wait until they find some kills. Maybe a Talontier advantage later on. Powered by Dr. Johanna. She's safe with the Iron King, who's standing through that infestation from Stukov. She's able to pop it at the perfect moment. Golden Sands now thrown down by Kobo on the point. Going to really slow down the engage. They're actually going to release it, wanting to get it in a little bit better of a position. Able to stand on this point. We're going to pull back up our talent screen so you can follow along with the stacks from Asmodan at 164. But this point in the game is when they start stacking in much quicker. Was that infestation off target? I couldn't tell. Maybe it was on target. They're able to get the creep down. Blessed Shield whiffs. Oh no. Chesmix was looking for the fight, but doesn't land the lead up, but they still get plenty of follow-up. Now here comes the Maw, gonna further lock in Stukov and ETC as ETC falls. Great damage coming out of the DB Smiley as well. Can they finish him off? Not yet. Turning the fight is H2O now popping the hand of Pound. wanting to jump back in, but he's all by himself. It's just him and Kobo, actually. Chromie trying to finish off Morales, and they will. Chen having to run away now. Just one Panda still standing. Vala in chase, and a lot of time left on that cooldown. 87 health, surviving. DB Smiley saving the day now, rooting in the Vala. Oh my god. If game number 1 wasn't an MVP performance, that play right there might have been a game 2 MVP performance play. Well done by DB Smiley with the virulent reaction. Locking in that Vala for a staggered death. Morales still down, but Kobo in trouble. Here comes Chen trying to save the day. We'll be able to ETC here as well as both beacons once again in possession of Jailbait. I don't think Zagara gets here in time. She won't even go for it. 100-0 in favor of Jailbait. They're even going to get a siege camp. And there's Surge going bottom lane as well. This should be potent for Jailbait and likely enough to get through the first piece of the game. 5 heroes going to join up. They know this is their moment, and they want to utilize it to the full extent. Actually, I lie. H2O going to rotate up to the top lane to deal with the enemy Zerg, but let's follow the action down bottom. This is where the excitement should be right here, right now. All the heroics available for all of these heroes from Jailbait in the bottom lane. Just Chen not having his, but he's up in the top lane right now. Wall getting low. One of those towers down already. Now through both towers and the wall, Jailbait should be ready to go. Chez on the front side, gonna pop that Iron Skin early. Won't have it available in case any sort of mosh pit attempt comes out from Calton, but will Calton be looking for it? Plenty of wave clear here from the Asmodang. Oh my god, what the double stun with the mosh pit, but they don't get the finish. Nice interrupt from Chesmix. The keep finally falls. And a nice dunk from Asmodan, picking up the kill on Chromie. Now backside, here comes Ridley with the Zagara. All by himself, they're not on the same page. And Maw has to come out in response just to keep Ridley alive. Would have loved to see House of Ches walk in to support Zagara in that play, as she was in a great position. But the rest of the team still dealing with a few lingering minions, a few lingering siege mercs. But, oh boy, that could have been their moment, even without the level 16s, to take a fight over Jailbait. They walk away with the 1 kill, Chromie down for another 10 seconds. As House of Ches is just going to look at their siege camps. The Bruiser camp's going to go first. And Johanna's going to start up the siege as well. On the opposite side of the map, here is Jailbait grabbing their Bruiser camp just ahead of the siege camp coming out from House of Ches. Ridley in trouble, going to start backing away. Ford's still here. Going to be able to help keep Zagara safe. But Chen wants to fight anyway. Going to leap in and take what you will. Able to share his brew now with the rest of the team. Here it is at level 13. Enough to share. Yeah, plenty of brew for the entire team at this point. Infestation thrown out from Stukov a bit off target that time as the Blessed Shield lands. This time from Chesmix. Can they finish off Chen? He's staggering through some damage and pops the Panda Pals to keep himself alive. Nice burst from H2O as the power slide connects from Coffin. Lieutenant Morales is down, but a triple Chen Maw. Look at all 3 Pandas inside. Gonna slow it down. No further kills yet from Jailbait. They just pick up the 1, but it's the support player. Actually, unfortunately, it looks like Caribou disconnected from the game. We don't have to deal with pauses, of course, during a replay cast. So we're gonna continue the action as 251 stacks are now accomplished for Asmodee, waiting to get the final 148. Until he reaches 400 stacks. Chromie all alone in the bottom lane, clearing out waves, and we'll be able to stand on the bottom beacon as 4 heroes from Jailbait still pressuring in this top side fort. Big defense starting to mount the flash as he throws globe after globe on top of multiple heroes, but without, with just having the greed at level 1, that's complete. It's not much of a threat, not the heroes. I mean, you're going to have to get the 400 stacks total on Annihilation to be any more of a threat. For now, you're just a wave clearer. And is that a problem? Just relying solely on Vala to be your damage dealer? Is that the reason why House of Ches find themselves down a quarter, maybe half level right now up against Jailbait? And structurally speaking, without their keep, they got to be worried about what could happen in the later portions of this game. Now Vala in trouble, attempting to leap in, but the dude able to vault away. Fort will fall, and now turning their focus on the Gen. 23 seconds away from Panda Pals. gonna have to be safe. Here comes Flash, throwing out the globe. We're gonna miss that time. Should have one last condemn here on Johanna. It might be good enough to get a kill. H2O, 10 seconds from that Panda Pals, does fall as the Maul not going to connect from Ridley. They get the one kill they need, a long death timer for Chen. Will it be enough to get both these beacons for House of Chez and start swinging this Braxis holdout map around? Loss is also an option right here for HOC. They want to invade this siege camp. They know their enemies are here. Another great root from Stukov, still in the silence. My God, DB Smiley showing he knows what's up with this hero. Great reactions with the virulent reactions from Stukov. Both beacons currently in possession of House of Chez, but that's going to change in just a second. As Cawthon's able to stand on the bottom beacon, there goes Raynor, played by Fraga Stellar, up to that top beacon. They'll be back in possession already at 56, not even finished to 60% on their progress. Bottom lane's under pressure, and Zagaro's all the way back here having to clear it out, giving extra information over to Jailbait, knowing where most of these opponents are. Yeah, that helps. One in base still dead, the other one clearing out bottom. They retain possession of both beacons and earn 100%. It'll be 34% on the opposite side. Actually dropped to 33% before any Zerg dropped. That was bizarre. It said 34 and then it's like, nope, 33. And we're going to watch up top as Jailbait's going to try to close out the second peak of the game in the top lane. The wall still standing? Yes, it is. Tower's still healthy as well. Try to get the peak down quickly before Asmodan's able to clear out the Zerg. Already set down to 92%. We got Chesmix on the opposite side of the wall, getting slowed a lot by Chrome's level 10 pickup. It is the slowing stance. No temporal loop this time, not really enough parts. Even though there's no cleanse from the Morales, still not wanting to go with the temporal loop. They want the slowing stance because of the value it provides on Brax's holdout. But Asmodan now doing a lot of damage to the Zerg. Not enough, however, to save the keep. It's going to fall. 2 keeps now down, but look at the opposite side of the map. Ridley playing aggressive along with that smaller Zerg wave. Will be able to get through a keep on their own, but might need to start thinking about coming back to the red side of the map as Jailbait is approaching the core. The missiles being shot out, and ETC already down to 40% health. Need to be careful. H2O, you gotta be careful too, my friend. You're just a panda. Will fall. Looks like Zag will try to close this game out. She's remaining on the enemy core as her own core down to 45%. Death Mosh coming out from ETC as Kobo trying to escape on the bottom side of this map, still throwing out those few shots. Won't be able to finish off the core on their own as DB Smiley's trying to do it by himself. Can Fraga Stellar get the final shots? I don't think he does. 12%. And Zagara and the Winions. Will they close it out? Oh, it's a 1% core! Ridley saving the day. GG's. Mega Kill closes it out and a 1% core hold. Unbelievably done by the House of Chez. Gonna send us into a game number 3. It does not get more exciting than that. I might not have done that ending justice. You guys at home, you're probably waiting to see how that one closed out from my perspective. You knew it was going to be a 1% core. No one told me that. I didn't know it was coming, okay? Holy smokes, what a finish on Brax's holdout. MVP, Ridley, no deaths in the game. The game-winning play, getting through a keep and a core all by themselves. Well, you can, yeah, the Zerg helped. But, you know, Zagara, she's Zerg too. So is all the Zerg. Credit Zagara with the win. My God, Ridley looking strong. Played the Zagara game 1. Went back to it in game 2. 13-9 the kill count in favor of the House of Chez. Let's take a peek at our talent screen before we move on to what will be our all-deciding game number 3. What a set we have between 2 veteran squads in Division B East. Thank you for being here. 15 viewers currently. You are in the right spot right now. If you're looking for NGS replay casts, we're going to be doing them all afternoon or as long as you guys are still here hanging out. Game 3 is going to be up next, but in the meantime, help me select what our next game will be. Have I seen any suggestions in chat yet? I may have missed something during that game. Quickly browsing through. Nope, no suggestions from anyone yet. So, hang tight. We're going to get started with our third game in just a moment. Kobo and chat, I saw you say nice American flag glasses. Yeah, aren't they? Don't worry, we got more. In case you guys make me shade swap, I got even more America for you, okay? Happy Memorial Day weekend. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the sun. Maybe you're watching outside on your phone, sitting in the sun. Hopefully not just at your desk. But hey, enjoy the weekend. You guys all deserve it. We've been locked in for too long. Even if you're just going in your backyard, enjoy the sun. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend. Hopefully you got some hamburgers and some hot dogs ready to go for Monday. Maybe you're doing your celebrations on Sunday. Maybe you got to work on Monday, and I feel bad for you. We'll be doing the celebrating and the beer drinking on your behalf. Enough of me talking. Let's actually start looking at this game number 3. Holy smokes, though. This has been a lot of fun so far. Game 1, Cursed Hollow. Game 2, Brax's Holdout. And now Game 3, you love to see it. It's not Volskaya. It's not Infernal Shrines. We've seen enough of those maps this season. It's Tomb of the Spider Queen. And we're going to be loading on in right away. Let's take a look at some of these lineups already. Leoric for H2O. DB Smiley going to get that Rhaegar. Fragastellar on Hanzo. Greyman going to be played by Kobo, and ETC for Cawthon. Make some noise for our Game 1 winners and almost Game 2 winners, Jailbait.
The battle begins shortly.
And let's take a look at the right-hand side as well. Flash going to hop back on that Murden just as we saw in Game 1. The Dude will be on Nazebo. Ridley not able to play Zagara here. This looks like Artanis for Ridley. Caribou, our support player this evening, going to be on the Malfurion. And last but not least is Chez Mix on the Rainer. Make some noise, especially for that incredible finish on Brax's Holdout. But give it up for the House of Chez.
2, 1.
Level 1's being displayed. It'll be Toad so far. Pandemic picked up by Nazebo. And for Hanzo, it looks like Redemption will be selected. Going to be looking for those basic attacks, trying to stack it up to 12 as quick as possible. I'm surprised here, maybe a bit. Scatter Arrow maybe a bit easier to help clear up this wave. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, you're of course going to have the Explosive Arrow at level 4, I'd imagine, as under some pressure, the swap couldn't miss from Ridley that time. And Jailbait off to a bit better of a start to win here. Now Cawthon for the 3rd game in a row playing ETC. And let's try to see if they can lead Jailbait to a Game 3 victory and salvage this set that I got to imagine after Game 2 or like heading into the ending sequence of Game 2, they probably thought they were going to be winning that game and didn't for 1 second think that Zagara was going to be able to complete the keep and the core all by herself. A bit of a miscalculation maybe, but I think the preparation that this team always does for NGS matches should be enough to lead them to a Game 3 victory, but we gotta see how it unfolds first. Flash under some pressure, but we've seen this Murden on Cursed Hollow already. He knows what he's doing. He knows exactly how much health is on that far. And has been utilizing those warp tosses out to full effect here in the set. Wave clear from both sides, but who do we credit as having the better wave clear? I don't know. Not until level 4 at least. Okay, I think you got to get the early advantage to House of Chez. But they currently find themselves behind by about half of a wave. Flash having to soak up a bit of extra at mid as the Lord takes rotations from the bottom. Now DB Smiley under some pressure. And just as we saw in game number 1, this combo of having the Rhaegar along with the DBC, a comfortable hero set for both Cawthon and DB Smiley. Have them in pretty good position here in the early portion of Tomb of the Spider Queen. They've gotten 16 of their gems in the bank and currently have 7 total more than House of Chez. Off to a great start, and maybe you want to credit H2O playing with Leoric, playing mid lane and bottom lane, whereas Artanis mostly just playing the bottom lane right now, not able to rotate towards mid, which is allowing Jailbait to take a slight lead. A few gems also going to hit the dirt, not grabbed up in time by Artanis. Great work from the captain, H2O, giving them the advantage now, making room for Greymane to head towards his bottom lane in siege camp. Still neither team starting to channel away their brute. Just working on getting gems in the bank and clearing up waves at mid and top. And still H2O making these rotations. I love it. It's exactly what you want to do if you're the Yorick player. Help out your team in their rotation, allowing them to focus more on harassing the enemies. Gems in the bank now. Flash able to cash in 10. But enough gems on hand for Jailbait to get their first web weavers of the game. It'll be Leora cashing in 9 on the bottom side. Arcanus, none the wiser, didn't even see H2O coming down from the bottom lane. Now making the rotation back up towards the top. Chez makes under pressure. Will be able to back up, getting a bit of help from Murden. But 7 more gems about to be locked in for DB Smiley, and that will be the first web weavers of the game. These will be in favor of Jailbait as they have a nice lead established. Half level and the first web weavers. Should be enough to get through at least one of these walls to see which lane they want to prioritize. So far it appears to be the boss lane. Leora going to continue soaking 2 lanes along with the bruiser camp at mid. Well timed out with the Zerg, excuse me, the spiders. Not Zerg. Zerg was over on practice holdout, Murder. There goes DB throwing some vision over the wall, going to help them out. That will be enough to get through one of the towers. Will they make it 2? I think they should be able to. This spider is still very healthy and a lot of damage from Rhaegar and Drake. Wall 2 towers are down and still 66% of the health standing on this top lane. Spider. Will they be able to get the fort as well? Probably the fountain. As the power slide comes through on the flash, keeping the rest of the team safe. Nice work by Coffin. Big web glass going to connect onto Murden. A lot of range damage from Hanzo. Sonic Arrow not able to get the finish. And that separation provided through the damage. Credit Fragastellar with helping Jailbait get through the first part of the game. And then credit H2O. Continually double soaking. He gets credit for this second part of the game. Like, usually it's just walls on the first objective, but here they get through 2 entire forts. And now thinking about rotating onto Arcanus, can they drop these 22 gems as well? Swap in! Oh, Rinda, you did not want to do that. Power slide connects, and these 22 gems are going to hit the turf. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. You hate to see it. I don't think he had any idea the full rotation is coming. He ended up self-sacrificing 22 gems on the ground. And if you count what's already been in the bank, plus what are still on hand for Jailbait, they're up by 50 plus gems right now. Rainer falls. I didn't see where that was happening. A double kill for Jailbait. Cross that double kill as H2 under pressure, trying to scoot away with that Wraith Walk. Won't survive, but will drop the gems in the spot where DB Smiley is able to get the most of them. Now in trouble. EBC has to save the day. Power slides through the Murden, but the roots are still there, locking EBC in further. Now there's a zombie wall as well. Does finally make it out, but a lot of harass there from House of Chez. Still just a 1 kill in the game for them. Have to apologize. Top of the screen, this entire match says C East. That's not right. That's not right at all. So let's fix that. There we go. B East. Hello. Sometimes, you know, I don't look at everything and I miss a few things on the overlay. Apologies. I think you guys knew what division we're looking at. Another siege camp bottom lane for Jailbait as they have enough gems on hand for their second straight turn-in. There goes DB Smiley and Fragastellar. Should have enough. Yes, they do. Just 2 left on hand, so they used all their gems practically to get this. Already getting through 2 forts, they can start thinking maybe about keeps, or maybe just finishing off that bottom lane fort, but right now it's just Arcanus all by himself down there. They're going to pressure in the mid lane, and maybe pressure in the top lane as well. There goes Hanzo yet again, utilizing, instant kills on minions, by the way, for Hanzo. There's an Entomb on 2, follow-up power slide in, and they have the Mosh Pit. Not yet. Interrupted. Set. Oh, wait. Not interrupted. It wasn't even cast yet. It's the big boy, not Gargantuan. It's the, what's it called again? Ravenous Spirit. That's a hard name, okay? Ravenous Spirit. I don't have to say it all the time. Picking up the kill onto Rainy. Nice work. Tying up the kill count now is House of Chez. Good reason for Malfurion. But they won't be able to save the wall. Won't be able to save these towers either. Fountain could be next as the minions set their focus on it. I think it will. Red Blast. Oh, barely in time. Fountain does fall. Now Artanis again in trouble at the end of an objective. Ridley not paying attention to his mini map will fall. What's our game 2 MVP? Game 3 maybe costing the team a little bit so far. Moshpit's still available for H2O, but not going to use it along with that Entomb. It's got to be time for House of Chez to start thinking about the bank. They got to work their way towards the mid side of the map. They got to get to these egg spawners, but good vision control from ETC. Going to reveal Murden trying to get 19 in. There's Caribou with another 9. We'll face melt them away and slow it down as the rotation's coming in from Jailbait. Now here's Fragistellar, DB, Smiley, and Koba. Tower slide in on 1. Mosh pit question mark. Mosh pit question mark. Do they even need it? Face melting last year at 19 gems hit the ground. Should be bodied out as well. Great rotation from Jailbait. Do they want to focus down this top lane keep, or do they go to the boss? They have a level 13 advantage. It's the boss. They're running right to it. Will be revealed by this mini wall here. Don't know if they realize that or not. So their opponents know exactly what they're up to, but with the level 13 advantage, it's probably not something House of Chez wants to deal with, especially with Murden dead. That's their front line. Instead, to counter, they're going to get a turn-in. And maybe kill off H2O? No. Yorick barely able to survive. DB Smiley, I appreciate the joke in the chat saying, we played like a C team, so easy mistake to make on my behalf. There's the Mosh spinning in Doom. They only find one. It's just Artanis. And with that great line circle, suppression pulse thrown out, survive a little bit longer, but yeah, not going to survive the entire time. It's a triple kill for Jailbait. We're getting so many names of heroics because we don't cast these heroes often. But the Entomb and the Mosh Pit, yeah, we cast those often. Great work from Jailbait, getting kills during an enemy objective. Their boss has been killed. It didn't get through the keep. But they knew exactly what was going on. They had enemies clearing out the boss, and they found a fight at mid that exactly worked perfectly for them. And now just halfway through level 15 with level 16 talents, this should be all theirs to take from here. Pressure into enemies keeps. They have a lot of range damage from the Hanzo. Even the Greymane can help out. I'd love to see them just apply this lead and find the first keep of the game, but Artanis looking for a swap. Won't hit that time. Power slide in, along with that Entomb. Great response to Hyperion from Chez, and extending ETC in a lot of trouble. Stuck in the roots from Caribou's Malfurion. A great pickup from the House of Chez. They don't have enough gems on hand, however, to get their next turn. They're going to throw in 6 in the bank, now looking for more fights on the Yorick. 30 seconds until the next Entomb, but there is a Dragon's Arrow ready to go from Fragistellar. Leaping over the wall. Words! Sorry! Is Hanzo. Will be able to survive. They still have the 16 to 14 advantage. But no ETC on the map might be slowing them down for a little bit. And finally back from base, here is Cawthon on that ETC as we see House of Chez picking up a bruiser camp and clearing out that siege camp in the bottom lane that's been picked up 3 times already by Jailbait. Greymane, along with Rhaegar, that lightning bond picked up by DB Smiley, going to make the wave clear so much quicker on these bruiser camps. Maybe under pressure is H2O just a little bit, but able to scoot back. Now looking for the swap is Ridley, not going to connect again. Roots are down for Malfurion, but don't lock in any targets. And Bruiser Camp versus Bruiser Camp will go in favor along with level 16 talents from Jailbait. They have the advantage, but they don't have the gems yet, still needing about 6 more until they get their 3rd turn-in of the game. They're going to find 3 in the top lane. Maybe Cawthon's starting to look for a kill. Won't find it that time. Too much distance from Ridley on his mount. Able to get back towards the keep. Now looking for a swap. Does land. But right inside the tomb. The rest of the team can't get their good deals from DB. Keeping Fragistellar up as they get the kill on Artanis. He was stuck in the Entomb. Ends up falling. And that'll be a big pickup for Jailbait now with enough gems on hand for their next turn-in. They're heading back to the egg spawner. But H2O is going to have to get there as well. Does he realize it? He wants to help out the Bruiser camp. Now gonna, question mark? Yes, now finally gonna head to the egg spawner. Math is hard. Not just for casters, but also for captains.
Clutch is healed, blue team.
18 to 16, but having 16's got to feel good finally for House of Chez. Can they mount a defense here? They do go into Bounty Hunter on Raynor. Will help kill a few of these frontline targets for Leoric, the ETC.
All perish.
Mithril Mace stacked up the 51 already for Leoric. He's with the team right here. They want to get through this mid lane big mini wave, and the spider just now spawning in the lane. French pulse thrown down from Arcana, hitting all 5 targets with that Ravenous Spirit. Look at me, I know the names of these heroics. Here's the Bloodlust along with the Entomb, locking in 2 heroes. No mosh pit yet, so Coffee can still be looking for it on the backside of this fight after they've already picked up the Zevo. They get the kill onto the Artanis. Can they get the Muradin? No. Webweaver's still alive as the Dragon's Arrow comes out. Doesn't stall out any more kills. But they might get the keep. Can they finish it off? Yes, they will. Hyperion in response as Muradin falls for the first time. Is that the first time? No, that's the 3rd time. Holy moly, I can't count. I can't even count to 3. You know, after game 1, Muradin was so healthy throughout the whole game. Didn't fall too often. I just assumed here on Tomb of the Spider Queen probably hadn't fallen as much as I thought. But speaking of falling, here goes the core. All 3 keeps down. Webweaver is still on the map and a lot of minions. Can Jailbait close out game 3? I think they can and they will. Fantastic efforts from Jailbait in the game. 11 to 3 is the kill count. And they are going to be game number 3 victors. And the set belongs to our blue team, Jailbait. And let's peek at this match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. Yeah, it's hard casting 5 maps that quickly. You can tell my tongue was twisted at the end. Oh, might need to take a short break. Regain some composure. Another 5 bits from Ronan. Appreciate that. And thanks for hanging out through another matchup here for NGS. Who's our Game 3 MVP? Do you just give it a DB again? Only the 3 deaths. Anytime there's limited deaths, you got to credit the healer. But good work overall, honestly. I thought Fragastellar going into that auto attack build was pretty good for Hanzo. Didn't end up falling. Had the 3 kills. Led the game in hero damage. Maybe you give game 3 over to Fragastellar. But either way, I don't think you can go wrong with any of those selections. Solid effort from Jailbait. I know a few of you guys are out in chat, so if you'd love to join me for an interview, I'll be in NGS Lobby 1, and maybe I'll see some of your beautiful faces there with me. Will anyone join us for a brief interview? Is anyone available for a brief interview? Looks like DB says, I guess I can. Awesome. Kobo here as well. Awesome. Kobo
Sure, why not?
Ain't a hobo. I like your Discord name.
Thank you. That's been my Xbox gamer tag since middle school, so yeah.
Oh, nice. I also have an Xbox gamer tag since middle school.
Nice.
So that was a set, okay? We got to see some unique maps, some unique strategies, and ultimately unique finish in game number 2, which I think everyone at home wants to talk about. So let's just start off there. It was the one blemish for Jailbait in the set. How did the decision end up happening that you said, let's go for core, let's not worry about Zagara?
We figured that a 5-man push could with a full Zerg wave could outpush Zagara with a 33% Zerg wave, and we lost the trade just because the Asmo could wave clear it so hard, and the Joanna just basically stopped the Raynor from being able to take it down.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was unfortunate. You definitely hate to see it. but you love to see the tenacity and the determination from Jailbait in game number 3. Because you guys came out with a vengeance. You played the Gray Main there on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Your team picked up 11 kills total. Let me flash back over quickly. You had 3 of your own. So it seems like, Jailbait, you guys were wanting to take a very aggressive team fighting comp with the Leoric, the ETC, and all of it. Talk a bit about the draft and how you guys were trying to respond there in game 3 after a heartbreaking loss.
We like team fighting.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's typically what we go for a lot of the time. Is we go for a lot of, if we can take 1 or 2 people down, then we can start to push objectives from there and capitalize off of that.
Yeah, and I actually have some past memories, my own, playing against Jailbait on Tomb of the Spider Queen. I know you guys liked this map for a long time. In my recollection, I think you guys were actually playing Nazebos back then on this map. So kind of fun to see you guys have to play against it there. But speak just a bit, Tomb of the Spider Queen. We also saw Cursed Hollow, and what was our other map? But like a lot of unique maps that we're not seeing as frequently in NGS. I appreciate it as a caster, but what is it about these maps that let Jailbait want to go here?
We chose Braxis. I don't think we chose Tomb. Sorry, this is a couple days ago and a lot of head trauma, so I'm trying to remember stuff. We chose Praxis just to kind of switch things up a little bit. Sure. We thought we could control it a little bit more just because it is kind of more of a team fight oriented map. We thought we could try to dominate things a little bit more and, push through objectives that way. So it was just something we hadn't tried yet. Game 1, I think they picked Cursed Hollow against us.
But you guys looked dominant on Cursed Hollow. You gave up the first trip, but you didn't lose any from that point on. And the team fighting seemed much more spectacular. There was a great play. I got to mention, I already talked about it during the cast, obviously, but top lane boss on Cursed Hollow game 1. You guys utilizing the Bloodlust just to race it down that much quicker. And it was so close that Burden almost hopped in. Talk about that moment. Maybe you remember DB Smiley making the call like, hey, we need this Bloodlust right here.
Yeah, they were all starting to. I think that was after a team fight. Sorry, I stepped away for a second, so I don't exactly remember it. But I think it was. I think they were all coming back up. We were just like, we need to get this down quick, fast, and in a hurry. And that was just our plan.
Well, it worked out really well. Able to get the bosses back to back there. Able to get all those tributes. Getting down keeps early. Cursed Hollow looked good. Braxis holdout. It looked good too. You guys were well in the lead. And outside of what we already talked about, the Zagara making the heroic plays, the 1% core, maybe the only 1% core we're going to get the entire season. So you saw it here on twitch.tv/MurdaRG. But you guys, like I said, remained aggressive in game number 3 and really seemed to bring out a strategy. I got to say congrats to you guys. It looked really strong on Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Thank you.
It was a brief interview. I got to take a short break, but before I let you go, Kobo, I got to give you time for some shout-outs, so the floor is yours.
Just shout out to my team. Like, we all kind of get on each other to make ourselves better all the time, but sometimes miscommunications happen, but in the end, we all come together and do it. Shout out to House of Chez for, that game too. Ugh. God, that's going to haunt my dreams.
It's going to haunt a lot of dreams, I'd imagine.
Shout out to you just for doing this. I always appreciate casters, reaching out and doing these sorts of replays and whatnot, kind of giving a little bit of love to everybody. Shout out to NGS just for, getting this all together and keeping this going.
Big shout out to NGS. I got their logo right behind me. Big shout out to you, Kobo, and the entire squad. I think most of you were here for the replay. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate it.
Yep, no problem. Right. Thank you for doing it.
All right. See you soon.
Yep. Have a good one.
All right.
Bye.
Come on, H2O. Let's keep it a little friendly in chat, eh? We're going to take a short break. I need to maybe scarf some food. In the meantime, I suggest you guys let me know which match you want to see next. I've been asking all day. I can continue just picking them out of the list, but I'd love to hear your opinion as well. Head on over to the Cast My Replay channel on the NGS Discord. If it doesn't have a check mark under it, it has not been replay cast yet. I'd love to do another one for you. So we're going to take a short break. Hopefully you help me out and pick a match for me. If not, I'll be picking one during the break and have that ready to go when I grab some food. I'm just going to quickly run downstairs, so you don't have to leave. I'll be back in like 1 or 2 minutes. And we'll see you back here for match number 3, a triple header. I'll see you guys in just a bit.